Hello YouTube, Jared here again, and I have completed Beast Feast. I just managed to paint my Alarith Spirit of the Mountain in time to compete. I finished it the night before the event. I was able to claim my second token and play in the Beast Feast at the Warhammer store. And so this is Brisket. He is my Cow Mountain, my Alarith Spirit of the Mountain, who I have affectionately nicknamed Brisket. I took him to the event. We had an absolute blast. It was amazing. Basically, there was me and about 12 other people. We all brought a different monster we pledged, and they circled us all around a table. We rolled randomized stats, so I rolled random stats for him, and I got a few free rerolls because I had the tokens. And he had a really strong weapon, at least it seemed, and really low health in a 5-up save. So he charged in, screamed hammer time, and then absolutely died to Nagash. So he was quickly eaten by Nagash, which is how he got the nickname Brisket. So he got absolutely smoked. Didn't do much at all. It was still absolutely a wonderful time. I would do it again in a heartbeat. So I had so much fun at Beast Feast. It was fun playing with other people. It was kind of funny that he died basically first. So sorry, Brisket, you didn't get to do much. But it was fun. He charged in. He tried to do some damage, and then he got eaten. So that was quite a funny battle. But I love these little metal tokens I got. I'll take them out of the bags here. But yeah, Beast Feast was a lot of fun. And I have to say, Spirit of the Mountain, this is not an easy mini to paint. So I want to show off kind of, ooh, okay, a little glue on the back here. Oh, look how cool that is. That is a nice sturdy metal token. I like that they give these things out. He is a very difficult mini to say. Arguably one of the hardest things I've ever painted just because of that filigree. So I'll show you how I did it. Starting from the base is a piece of plaster surrounded by milliput. And then the plaster was already pre-textured using tinfoil when I cast it like a year ago. I have a whole box of extra plaster bits. And then, of course, handy tinfoil ball and milliput to make the base. Built it up, put some paw prints in there so I'd know he'd be able to stand. And then painted it up, primed it, painted it, layered up different grays and washes and dry brushes to get the rock texture. And then flocked part of it, did some pink flowers. So really happy with the base. Simple, but very effective. So I was really happy about that. It did, after the event, break a little bit, so I had to add a little bit more glue and touch up the paint on his feet. But he's standing strong now. Only other thing I've touched up since the event is I touched up this banner because it wasn't painted very well. But otherwise, I got everything done in the course of only a couple days. I'm going to make a channel update video here soon. But let's just say last week was not a good week. Not a good week at all. So a lot of rough stuff happening. Didn't have quite the hobby time I wanted. And so I painted him pretty quick. He came together in 2 evenings, basically, not counting building. But in terms of painting, I had basically only a few hours to paint him. So for only a few hours of painting, really happy with this. So for painting him, I think I posted a picture at the end of my last video about him. Head was a sub-assemble, staff was a sub-assemble, everything else was already together, and then the base was separate. That was probably the worst bit, though. Every time it fell over, the mountain got scratched, and so I've had to touch it up. And there's still some little scratch marks in it. This guy tends to get his little mountain scratched up. So I've got to put something on that. Maybe I don't usually varnish my minis, but I might wind up varnishing the mountain just because I've had to repaint this little tip bit several times because it's gotten bumped or fallen. Other than that, though, he came out really nice. And so I have my 2 different blues. And then for all the trim, I found in somebody else's video, and I wish I'd bookmarked it so I can give them some credit. But it was might have just been a short or something. But I was trying to figure out how to paint the filigree. And so this is your standard gold. I did not use speed paint because I wanted to have extra control. This is Retributor armor. And then the filigree, the white underneath, Pro Acryl, so I could get a really consistent white. Touched up all the spots where the Retributor armor was wrong. And then I took Reikland Flesh Shade and Lamian Medium because I didn't have a different medium. So I just used Lamian Medium, and I mixed those together to make a really runny wash, and then wash that over there. And look at the effect. See, hopefully hopefully the camera can pick that up. Look at that filigree. It came out so good. I am so happy about that. And then for the jewels, it's a dark purple with a light purple under it, just because I didn't want it to pop out too much. For the banners, I used another wash to kind of pop that out. This is an army painter paint, I think. See if I still have it sitting around. Yes! Holy White by Speed Paint. Speed Paint by Army Painter. This stuff's really good. It is a light gray wash, so it's lighter than Nuln Oil, and it tends to be runnier, so it doesn't dull the white as much, but then it still pops out white details. And you can see how it's really good on the hand details. So love that stuff. Army Painter is a great paint. Citadel and Army Painter are my two go-tos, with a huge shout out to Pro Acryl Bold Titanium White. Those are my main go-tos. And then every so often I'll use some Reaper paints for thinner things. And then I use both of their regular lines and speed paint lines for Army Painter and for Citadel. And then every so often I might try another paint, but that's kind of my standard right now. Until somebody decides to sponsor a video, that's kind of my go-tos right now. But I like them a lot. For the trees, I used kind of that burgundy color. Really like that, so that it doesn't look like it looks like a really rich wood, and then a couple shades of green mixed together to get that leaf foliage up there. And then for the mountains and such, I actually got this painted at trade, but I really like it. This Forensian Gray, big fan of this stuff. It's this blue-gray color, and I think it's usually used for Space Wolves, but look how good that looks with the blue and on the horns and the mountain. That's quickly going to move up in terms of favorite colors. And I put, dry brush with a little bit of Ministratum Gray, and it came out pretty good. So really happy about that. That's been a nice find. And then the two blues I was using, the Lothrian Blue and the Teclis Blue, just kind of felt like the official blues. So officially, this is my first mini for my Lumineth army. I don't think I'm going to make a series for the Lumineth, but I do really like them. So they'll get showcased every so often. And this guy was, again, like I said, for the Beast Feast. And he earned me 2 cool metal tokens, charged into battle, and absolutely got bodied by Nagash. So he will be looking for a good comeback some of these days to actually do some damage and do some work. So he is he's waiting in the wings for his time to shine still. But Mr. Brisket here was quite a lot of fun. And I made a few cow puns and hammer puns while I was there too. I like to joke around. So I had a great time. It didn't bother me at all that I lost first. I was there just for a good time. And it was nice to get out of the house. Like I said, last week was not a happy week. I'll go into it in another video, but it's been a really rough year for me. It's been a really rough year, but the miniature painting's been a lot of fun. This YouTube channel's been a lot of fun, and I've been getting a lot of subscribers, and more so than just gaining subscribers, it's been really, really fun to see all the kind comments and people finding my videos and kind of really gelling with them and enjoying them. So each and every one of you who watch my videos, it really means a lot to me that you're enjoying them as much as you seem to be. So that's been a real big highlight of the year. Even if it hasn't been a very good year for me, it's been a pretty depressing year, to be honest. It's just been pretty discouraging. So I try to be a positive channel, though. I've had a lot of fun painting this. The other things on my painting disc right now, I'll go ahead and show them off here since I got the camera rolling. I've got some stealth suits that have been base coated, but they are not done yet. So here's 6 of them. Whoa. And there are 3 that are almost done, though they need a few touch-ups still. And these guys I'm painting them in camo. So these guys actually came out pretty good, but I gave them kind of a camo paint. I've never liked the camo look, and so this was an experiment to see if I could do something and actually like it. But I actually kind of like it. I feel like once they're based up and with the rest of the army, they'll look a little better. But since they're stealth suits, it gave you the excuse to paint them a little bit different. So this is me getting out of my comfort zone, trying a different technique, doing some blotch painting and some wet blending and seeing if I could make something I like. But overall, cautiously optimistic on this. This is for the Tau project. It's still going. I also have the first Devilfish is base coated, but it still looks terrible, so I won't put that on camera. Other thing of note that happened, my OG original set of nippers has officially broken. The little spring has broken. And so I have 1 or 2 sets from the magazines. This one I think was from Combat Patrol, so it still feels fresh and new in the hand. So I'll be using this Citadel snipper until I can get a new one. So I think I'm putting a new set of fancy nippers on my Christmas list. So if you're watching, put your favorite nippers in the comments, so I know a couple of them to look at. I need a new pair. I've heard some really good stuff about the straight edge, like the really flat fancy ones that are used for like Gundam or whatever. But if you have a favorite pair of nippers, put them in the comments, please, because I'll be shopping for them, and more likely I'll be putting them on my Christmas list for a family member to buy for me. So that's something I'm looking at. I got a bunch of stuff on my wish list. I've been looking at a few different projects that I want to do, but I think we're going to keep going with Tau. Lumineth is just a whenever I feel like it project. That's going to be my palette cleanser. But then I'm still debating between my other armies. I have some ogres that I still have to assemble, but I'm waiting on those. I want to do them, but I don't know if there's a rule change coming or not. And I don't even know how long I want to wait for that, just because I like the old models. I like having some of these older older guys with their funky rules and their funky designs. And then the Imperial Fists are coming up real quick. Tyranids are coming up quick. And then so many more. There's like 90 more Tau to paint or 80 more Tau to paint. So I've got to decide how I want to do that. But I'm going to have a little bit of time this week for painting. So I think I might do an Imperial Fist video here in the next couple days. So keep a lookout for that. And then I probably need to do a channel update just for the plans for the rest of the year. And that'll be in the next day or so. And then plans for next year eventually. So bunch of different videos coming up. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you again, everybody, for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I appreciate everybody who likes and comments. I really do enjoy reading all the comments. It is so nice that there are people all over the world who enjoy my videos. That's been super cool. And one of the things that I love so much about the Warhammer hobby is how international it is. I've ordered stuff from all over the world. I've had people that I've chatted with from all over the world. And that's just really, really special, you know? And so I love that Warhammer is an international community, that I can go to a Warhammer store and do a silly, fun event like Beast Feast and hang out with people whose names I don't know and who I've never met before, except for to nod at them in the store and just have fun hanging out with people and geeking out over how cool and fun our hobby is. Warhammer is a great hobby to be in, and the community is really, really a special group of people. I have to say that. I love that I can go in any Warhammer store or any game store that sells Warhammer, and 5 minutes later be having a conversation and showing pictures on our phones and, you know, recounting battles and trials and painting tips and painting problems and just having a good old time with a new friend. That's something really special about Warhammer. It's worth getting into the hobby just for the friends you make along the way. As sappy as that is, it is really true. So this has been a lot of fun. I hope you like Brisket. You can wish him well wishes to actually do some damage and actually hold up in combat and not fall off his base. He's going on the display shelf for a little while, but I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.